So I just want to make a quick video about the air compressor system I'm running here in the shop. I've had a few questions about what I'm running, and I also think that the setup that I have here might be beneficial to somebody else who wants to do something like, say, sandblasting or paint where you need high volume and very dry air. So I just kind of want to walk you through my setup and different things that I've kind of put together to get what I have here. So I'll walk you through the different parts and pieces of it. So as far as the air compressor system that I have here, the essentials to it is I have a 60-gallon air compressor that I'm feeding into an 80-gallon expansion tank, more or less. And what that does is it gives me 120 gallons overall volume. But the 60 gallons is what has the compressor on. It's a single stage. It has 135 PSI max, which is actually lower than what it actually does. The shutoff isn't until I think like 145, maybe even 150 if I remember correctly. And so I come out of this air compressor, half-inch hose, I run into this 80-gallon, and then out of the 80-gallon, I have a shutoff valve, and it runs up to my air dryer and filter system here, which will get you a closer look and kind of go through the different parts and pieces in that. So as far as the air dryer and filtration system, the first part of it is going to be this whole home water filter that I converted to make an air dryer system out of. I'll open this up here in a minute and kind of show you how I was able to modify it to work in this capacity. And then I come out of this dryer and I go into particle filter, and then out of the particle filter I go to a regulator as well as another dryer combo, and then out of there I go to a manifold. I have a main valve here to drain off the air whenever I'm done with it for the day, as well as I have drains on the bottom of each tank, and then I just have quick connects fittings for each one. So this is really cool to be able to just kind of quick connect into here with multiple different options. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this apart and show you what I got going on in here. So I took this water filtration system and I put a piece of PVC pipe. It has a coupling on either end. The bottom coupling down in here, it has a bunch of holes drilled in it so that the air can basically come in this end as the inlet, and then it comes down, it escapes through the bottom, and then gets filtered through all these silica beads. And what these beads are is essentially the same thing. Like if you buy a new pair of shoes or something and you have those little packets in there that say do not swallow, it's essentially what these are. So these just take all the moisture out of the air. And the cool thing about these is that whenever they are dry, they are this bluish purple color, and then whenever they're fully saturated, they turn pink. So you have an idea of whenever they need to be changed. And so coming out of here, we go back into the base, and I'll get you in there to look at that. So then what I had to do for this top piece is you want to use this in reverse. So you can see, technically this is stamped as the inlet, and then this is supposed to be the outlet side. So you want to reverse it. So that way the air is coming in through the center part. This is what the PVC butts up to. And then I took a piece of gasket material and cut out this ring. So that way I have a good seal for whenever that's mounted up in there. And then on the outlet side, what you need to do to keep from having any of those silica BBs blast through this hole to go, continue on through the system, is I took a piece of steel wool and you just have to tuck it up in there. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but a few of the beads are on that, but it allows it to, it keeps it so that none of the beads pass through to the filter. And then whenever we come out of the air dryer system, I just use this motor guard. It's a submicronic compressed air filter you see right here. The part number is M60 for it. And this is pretty much more or less a plug and play. I just had to, deal with some fittings to get these to all couple up to one another. And then this is a Marlin regulator as well as filter. I got this from Harbor Freight. It actually seems pretty good quality despite it. And then you can get these manifolds. I picked this one up from Amazon as well. Same thing with these fittings, which I really like these guys. I have to look into what the brand is on them. Yeah, but these suckers are crisp with your connections. Can't beat that, man. And they're very reasonably priced too. considering, you know, what the other ones are going for. So I'm really happy with these guys. So right now I'm running out of that manifold. It's just my air hose reel. Over time, as I get more tools and improve the shop, obviously I will be adding to that. One thing that I do want to change to this system though, that, you know, might be helpful for you guys to think about too, is I want to try to find a solution that I could separate the two tanks on demand, because this is great for a high volume situation, say like sandblasting, but if you just need to air something up real quick, it takes a long time for these both to fill up and get to the full PSI, and then you have a lot of air volume to drain off if, say, you're just like blowing a tube up or something like that, or, you know, airing up a tire. It's not really, you know, reasonable to have something with this capacity for something small. So one thing I do want to do is try to add maybe a valve or something that I can switch between one tank to two tanks, and whenever I do that, I'll make a video on kind of my solution for it. But hopefully this video might give you guys some tips or some inspiration to do your setup, or you just found it cool. Either way. So I just want to show you this, and I appreciate all you guys taking a look at the video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on another Friday video. Go out, piss off your neighbor, disappoint your mom, and until next time, keep on keeping on. You can see the ride.